Hi, my name is Randy. Today is March 29, 2012. It's 10:23 p.m. and this is in regard to the continuation of the what they call the IPE, Independent Psychological Evaluation, that was involuntarily administered, and it was done behind my back. It was done through coercion, and it's in violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act. It was in Pennsylvania Department of Transportation, in conjunction with the Governor's Office of Administration, and the governor at that time was Edward Rendell. And I guess he also has some consulting, probably down at the White House as well. That's not good, is it? Because I think they're sold on this job creation through bridges and road work, and that isn't going to cut it. I wouldn't go that route and say that that's going to create your jobs. That it's not going to happen. So this is on video now. I'm supposed to be a delusional dumb but it's not going to happen through job creation. Isn't going to happen through the roads and the bridges. So, anyways, I've been trying to get my job back. Okay, how am I to get justice if they commit perjury, use fraudulent documents, use signatures for the way they're not to be used? They use them however they want to use them. You file a lawsuit, I file a lawsuit, and then the judge comes out with in his memorandum a bunch of fiction, which is a pack of lies, and then him and the attorney general fella end up coming up with this grievance procedure with the union in regards to the Americans with Disabilities Act. People, it does not exist. Okay, get online, Pennsylvania Office of Administration. Okay, it's the Governor's Office of Administration, and it's called a seat manual. S as in Sam, E as in Edward, A as in Apple, P as in polite. They're not polite, but as in polite. Seat manual, and look up IPE. Okay, that is in violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act. And then look up the request of medical information. Okay, it should have specified, and the way it's worded, it doesn't have it. It says may contain. Well, may means that it will contain. Yeah, and so that's you're supposed to. If you look at the Americans with Disabilities Act, it's supposed to be, the way it's supposed to be written is the medical information that you should only obtain would be in regard to that medical condition. And it's not that you go find the medical condition after you end up illegally digging into somebody's medical records. It's a catastrophe, and no justice has been done. So anyways, this judge ended up saying the same thing that this guy from the Attorney General's office saw. That doesn't exist. Okay, there is no grievance procedure in the manual, and the EEOC and the Justice Department does not acknowledge the union grievance procedure for federal law. Okay, the Americans with Disabilities Act, and no state has immunity in regards to it. Though this guy was saying that these people have immunity. No state has immunity. I don't think they have immunity in regards to the ADA. Did the federal government give them immunity for it? Come on, colleague, get with the program. You and the governor. Okay, Governor Corbett. He was then the Attorney General. And the same with Congressman Platts over here. I contacted this fellow. I ain't getting nowhere with anybody. I haven't getting anywhere with any Congressman Platts' office, and I wouldn't intend to. I mean, he's going to retire, thank God. But God, I mean, we were a meal ticket for him. a Representative Dollinger, a senator. Now these are state people. The senator, representative, state representative Dollinger, state senator Vance, state senator Picola, written to Representative Marsica. He's supposed to be chairman on the Judiciary Committee. A Representative D. Pasquale, filed complaints to EEOC, and most they do is they tell you to go. You can file a lawsuit. Here's the right to sue letter. Go file a lawsuit. Well, if I couldn't get justice before through the courts, why would I waste my money and do it again? I mean, I'm not getting justice. Are you people not getting it? What aren't you getting, man? And I couldn't appeal it because somebody had got to my lawyer, and my lawyer didn't let me know for 6 months about the memorandum. I didn't get a memorandum in the mail. No, I had no knowledge of it. I kept in contact with him, and I didn't know for 6 months. I have emails. I have a copy of emails. I was kept in contact with him. And then I got a phone call here about coming in June of 2010. Well, that's way after the appeal period. So if I'm not going to get justice, what am I to do? Do away with the law. Okay, do away with it. Isn't that what you're going to do? You're going to do away with all the Constitution and everything? That's exactly what you're going to do. It was involuntary. I just recently again wrote the governor of Pennsylvania, Tom Corbett, who was then the Attorney General of Pennsylvania, that defended the people that broke the law and defended people that came up with fraudulent documents, people that came up with. They also lied about seeing me across the building where I wasn't. I wasn't home here, and I can prove that. I've proven it to my lawyer, and I have it online on YouTube video. They committed perjury, and I mean, it's like they withheld evidence, they manufactured evidence. None of them were criminally charged that I know of. I never was given any type of restitution, and so they're not going to allow me that either. So I wasn't allowed to due process of law people, and they're not criminally charging those people, allowing me to get restitution in regards to those issues. I mean, I'm not afforded the same protections under the law. I'm not a terrorist unless you are terrorists. Maybe the Republicans and Democrats are terrorists because I'm getting to think they are. And in regard to the email, when Betty Sarian panicked, when I worked in the Choice Point program, those individuals, this was in 2000, there was two small groups of fellows that had Muslim names, and there was a fellow that called that was sounded like he could have been a Muslim. And there was only one dude that had any type of license, driver's license, and that could have been through somebody else's paperwork. But this guy said that somebody bought a CDL and has his materials for him. And he was adamant about he wanted to, and I handed it over to my supervisor. But if you look at the email, in the email I said I'll take it to a different forum, and she just panicked. Now they already had started to bring me up with fraudulent PDCs, so they were already conspiring against me. So that kind of behavior makes me kind of wonder, whether or not it was an inside job. And it's like, now these guys that were in office at that time period, I mean, you can. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when you're dead and gone, they can put in the textbooks and the history books, that it was an inside job, and there's nothing you're gonna be able to do about it at that point, no. And so, I mean, you have people out there in your group, your parties, that, I mean, they just, from what they do, the way they handle situations, it leads you to believe that, it was an inside job, and that there were other, people involved, other companies involved in it as well. You make me sick. You really do. Government is so delusional. It's so criminal. It's so elementary, and I mean, it's unprofessional and unintelligent. And you uh, use technology, and then you just, I don't know, you're in your own world. But most of society, I think, is pretty delusional, or they wouldn't be voting for you. I mean, you have a 10% approval rating in Congress, and then yet they vote for you, Republicans and Democrats. I don't get it. So you'd have to be out there somewhere unless there's voter fraud going on. And there's a way of taking care of that, to re-register independent and get away from the party system. There again, getting back on the IPE, I recently wrote an email to the governor of Corbett's office again about, manning up, and that, he's a lawbreaker. He broke the law too. When he was Attorney General, he was throwing boulders, and it's like, well, man up. You should be responsible for your office defending people that are criminals. That's criminal, man. That isn't that. You can say whatever you want to. It's criminal. They committed perjury, and they manufactured evidence, and they withheld evidence, and they used a signature in an illegal way. And I mean, there's all kinds of crimes. No one has been charged. Having me give my back pay and my job back, and I mean, there's no reason why I should give up on that. It's obvious. Why go through the court system? It's corrupt. And answer the question: why am I not given afforded the same protections under the law as other people? Because I'm a law-abiding American, right? Because my ancestors, my bloodline is from early America, right? That's why, isn't it? Isn't that why? I'm getting to think that too, because I'm getting to think that the more American you are, the more this society and its political parties don't like you. So that's what I'm getting to think, that maybe that's an inside job, and that you people, you have taken over America, and I think that most of you have come in thereafter, and you're taking over this our country, and you're trying to take over the world. That's the only thing I can come up with. I mean, you can call me delusional or paranoid, but you're not answering any questions. And, so, I mean, you're not very professional, and you don't look very intelligent. And, some of you people have your degrees, and then after that, you just drop off the edge. You don't know how to use them. Oh, you're criminal. Yeah. Or you make a law of this. Oh, did he say, oh, of that, oh, of that, oh, of that, oh, of that, right? It's sickening. Your system's dysfunctional, and it needs an overhaul. And, I want my job back, or I want my back pay and my front pay. And, simple as that. And I should have it. You broke the law. So why are you not being held responsible in order to uphold the law? Why are you not upholding the law, Governor Corbett? Why are you not? Thank you, people.